What's up guys, it's your boy August BTC back again with another video. Today we are going to talk about something pretty interesting, which is my exact plan to get to $10,000. For those that are new, my goal here on this channel is simply to showcase you how I can bring this account to $10,000 through crypto options trading. We've been here, posting our content with real trades, real money to show you guys how to trade crypto options and how, we can turn $1,000 to $10,000. We've been posting on YouTube, and, you guys can follow along on the journey. We started about 3 months back, posted my video, so everything is here step by step on my trades, how the trades perform, the thesis and everything, just to try and get to $10,000 through crypto options trading. And today I basically want to show you guys my exact plan, how I plan to do that, basically with full transparency. And yeah, let's get into it. So first things first, can we just take a second to admire the price action of Bitcoin right here? As I've mentioned before, guys, we broke through the 200-day moving average, which is usually a confirmation that we are, entering a bull market, right? This is what we want. And if we zoom out here, you can basically see this beautiful price action. We tried here, we tested, we got rejected, we chopped for months, and then we basically printed a beautiful candle here to the upside. Same thing for Ethereum as well. Same thing for Solana as well. Same thing for XRP as well. So basically all over the crypto market, we basically are looking at this beautiful breakout. And we have a long way to go, guys. We still have a massive long way to go to the previous all-time high of Bitcoin, which was around $126,000, guys. So we have a massive, massive long way to go. So from here, we'll still have about a 50%, 59, 60% move to still make to the upside, guys. So there's still lots of money to be made. And again, I want to show you guys the plan and how I can get there. But first, let me bring you guys back, okay, to where we started and what the goal was, because we were in a bear market, guys, all this time. We were chopping, and it's not easy to have this breakout, and it's not easy to make money in a bear market because the price continuously go down. So what was the plan for me here, and what did I want to do? What I was doing in the portfolio, guys, basically I was selling a lot of short calls, right? I was selling a lot of calls. Let me just go to the portfolio to show you guys here. Here's a dashboard. So I was basically selling a lot of calls to try and get paid in premium, to be able to receive some premium whilst we're in a bear market. So selling calls is really good to receive premium into the account, because when you sell a call, basically you're betting that a price action will go down, and if it goes down or chops, you basically get paid a premium, right? So that's basically what I was doing in the bear market, just to basically wait it out. So it's a good thing to do when you kind of want to wait out, and when you know that the market and the sentiment is bearish, and when that cycle for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I still wanted to get paid. That's why I developed a strategy excuse me, through crypto options trading to basically get paid while we wait. And this is basically what it is. So let's say you sell options for maybe 4 contracts, or, no matter the contracts you want to sell, you can get paid a premium. You choose what premium you want to get paid, you receive it, and basically if the price stays below your strike price, you get paid. That's simply what it was, and that's simply what I was doing this whole time. Simply waiting to get paid while Bitcoin and Ethereum was chopping all this time. But now we are in a confirmed, it seems to be a confirmed bull market if we keep printing some mega candles above this 200-day moving average. So how am I planning to get to $10,000? Simple, guys. If you look at a portfolio here, you would see that I don't have a lot of lot of short calls anymore. If you see, my biggest winners here, guys, is my my perpetual positions, right? For Bitcoin, for Ethereum, currently I'm in a profit of $2,300 on Bitcoin. That's about 37,000 Rand sitting in profit right here for Bitcoin. For Ethereum, about 3,600 Rand. And I also have a long call. A long call is a little bit like a perpetual long position as well, because you're predicting that the price will go up. I'm in profit of about 5,000 Rand here. And for Ethereum, I'm in a profit of about 2,000 Rand here, right? I'll explain what that means. So when you're in a confirmed bull market, or above the 200-day moving average for Bitcoin and Ethereum, the plan for me was to basically participate in capital appreciation. What does that mean? You participate in capital appreciation by having long positions. Okay, so let's say you have a long position of about 0.15 Bitcoin. You're controlling a massive amount of Bitcoin to basically participate into the upside. Okay, so that's why I have here through the synthetic long positions for Bitcoin and for Ethereum here as well. And that's why, look at this entry for Bitcoin, 63,000, and Bitcoin is at 77. That's why I've printed a lot of money on this side. Okay, so that is what capital appreciation does for you, and it's the best way for you to profit, because look at the account equity, guys. You know, as soon as Bitcoin had this move, this was August 19th, right? I had a lot of short calls. That's why my portfolio went down, because my short calls was tested. But then the game plan was to switch to short calls, to reduce it, to roll it, which I did here. If you look at the realized, P&L, I took losses on the short calls, which was planned, by the way. So this is not really bad news for me. This was planned. As you can see, I roll the positions. I keep on moving the positions for Ethereum, for Bitcoin from 79K to 92K. So I'm rolling them out far into the future to give enough room for my positions, my long positions, to print up to the upside. So what happened here on August 19th, you would see here August 19th, Bitcoin literally shot up to the upside here. And that's why my short calls was tested. And that's why the account equity was down. But then I acted on it. And then I gave enough room for the positions to print to the upside with the longs. And that's why we printed up here. So now that we're in a confirmed, we seem to be in a confirmed bull market, I'm preparing myself to make that $10,000, and I'll show you guys the exact plan. All right. So again, this is how you participate in capital appreciation, right? By having synthetic longs, right? And the beautiful thing here is that you can print a lot of money, because Bitcoin can go up to infinity, I don't know, and your longs can also go up in extreme tremendous value. All right, so that is why you see here that my long here for Bitcoin and Ethereum is printing, and there's more upside to come. So I'm preparing myself, and I'm not closing these positions, guys. These positions are printing. Yes, I'm in a profit of about $3,000 right here in Rand. That's about 48,000 Rand just sitting in the account, just floating P&L. And some people would be closing these positions here in South Africa, but I have a game plan, right? The game plan is to get the account to $10,000, which is about 164,000 Rand. Okay, so I need to position myself in doing so. And let me explain to you guys how I'm exactly going to be doing so with the exact numbers, okay? So first things is something that we need to understand. We need to understand how portfolio margin works, basically. Because look here, guys, I have only about $3,000 into the account, but I'm able to control such a massive position for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So how is that possible, right? This is simply possible through portfolio margin. So this is my real account here, and this is just a dashboard. Okay, dashboard, real account, the values are the same, 3950, 3950. I've showed you guys this. So I'm using this dashboard because it's easier to read on the eye. So let me explain to you guys how portfolio margin works. So this is what I'm using here. So portfolio margin basically means that all the positions that you have in the account is used as collateral, basically. Okay, so all these positions that I have here is basically used as collateral. As you can see, these are all the positions that I have here. It's a little bit hard to read. Again, that's why I have the dashboard, but all these positions are the same positions that I'm running through my dashboard over here. Okay, so back to the explanation. So margin lets you control lets a little cash control a big position, right? That's basically leverage. So for instance, my 3,000 account is able to control about $12,000 worth of Bitcoin, because if you take this amount, you have 0.16 Bitcoin, and I multiply this by 1 Bitcoin, it should give you about $12,000. So I'm controlling $12,000 with only about 3,900 that I have into the account. That's not possible. Normally, I'm supposed to have $12,000 into the account. But portfolio margin is allowing me to do this, right? So I'm controlling about 4x more than what I have, right? So it's using a lot of models, a lot of risks to be able to do that for you. And I'll show you guys fully transparently how that works, guys. So if you come here, let me see how I can do this. Let's come here. If you go to portfolio margin, There we go. So as you can see here, guys, so I'm using portfolio margin, right? And you can change your margin as well if you want to. You can change your margin right here. Click on it, and then it's going to change your margin for you. But it uses a lot of risks and a lot of risk matrix to be able to, hedge your portfolio and use little collateral to be able to print money. Okay. If I go back to my positions just to explain to you how that would work. So let's look at the exact positions that I have here. Okay. For Bitcoin, for example, right? This is my Bitcoin position right here. And I'm able to, I used an initial margin of about $253, guys, to be able to control $12,000. $253 to be able to control $12,000. So that's about a, if I calculated it correctly, it's about a 50x. So Deribit through portfolio margin used 50x this amount, right, to be able to get this. And my account is not blowing up, and now I have a return of 924% return on investment because I made $2,300. So from $200, guys, I made $2,300 through portfolio margin. Okay, so I basically on this one, I basically 10x my money. I basically 10x my money if we do the math. So to be able to do this, all you have to do is take the amount that you have, right, $253, and then you just divide it by, you take this the amount that you have here, the value, you divide it by this, it should give you about 50x, and then you just add the return on investment by 1 to be able to get how much you've x'd your money. So I already did all the calculations. So it uses about 50x leverage. Same thing for Ethereum. I used $33 to control $1,000, and I made $200 from $33. You see, 600% return. So that's the power and the beauty of portfolio margin that I wanted to show you guys. So this thing can be both good and bad. Okay, portfolio margin can be both good for the account and bad for the account. So you need to know how to use it efficiently. And I've always spoken about looking at the maintenance margin. This is basically very, very important. If your maintenance margin starts going to 50% and gets to 100%, you get liquidated. So 50% should really be a major warning. So always try to keep it under 50%. But if it gets to 100%, that's when your whole account, you can lose this entire money. Anyway, so now let's get to see how exactly we can get to $10,000. Okay, so I have a calculator up here, guys, and look at my current account equity. I've about, let's say, $4,000. So I'm almost there, almost halfway there, right? This is simply through the massive pump that we had in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin and Ethereum still have a long way to go. So where does Bitcoin need to go for me to get to $10,000 and close the positions? Where does Ethereum need to go to get to $10,000? I mean, for me to get to $10,000 and close on my positions. So let's have a look at some scenarios, okay, which I've already inputted here, guys. So for the perpetual positions, right, the longs that I have about 0.16 Bitcoin. I entered it at 63,000. The current price of Bitcoin is, say, roughly 77,000. Let's see here, let's say 77,000. That's where Bitcoin is. And I need Bitcoin to get to 100K. That's it. I need Bitcoin to get to 100K for me to make a profit of about $3,000. This 5K is already added with the current profit that I have here of about $2,300. Okay, so let's ignore this one now. Let's focus on this number. Okay, so let's add $3,600 here. Okay, so let's add $3,600 here. If Bitcoin gets to 100K, I'll be making $3,600. All right, perfect. Now let's look at Ethereum. I have about 0.7 Ethereum here. If I go here, full transparency, guys, I'm not too sure if a lot of content creators do this, guys, but here I am doing it with my own real money. Anyways, so I have about 0.7 Ethereum here. I entered at 2,100. That's my average entry. If I come here, 2,100, the current price of Ethereum is about $2,400. $2,400 here. Let's see, and I need Ethereum to get to $3,400. Okay, if Ethereum gets to $3,400, I'm making a profit of $700. All right, and it's not so far out for Ethereum to get there. Ethereum went all the way to $4,000 before. All right, for almost 5K. So Ethereum needs to get to, from here, from where it is, to 3,400. So it just needs to make another 40% move to get there, right? And this can definitely happen in a bull market. This can look at this massive candle. Okay, Ethereum, this massive candle here was a, Let's see here. This was a 33% move, guys. So why wouldn't it make another 40% move to the upside? So it's definitely doable. All right. This is a beautiful thing of getting into the bull market. So this is how I'm preparing for it. And I'm showing you guys with full transparency. All right. So let's see. So now I'll be making $700 here if Ethereum gets to 3,400. Okay. So let's add $700. There we go. Now let's see. Right. So now another thing here, which is very important, not only do I have perpetual positions to participate in the upside, I also have long call options. So when you buy a long call, again, at a certain price, you're predicting that the price of the asset is going to go above your strike price. Okay. So for Bitcoin, right? I bought it at a strike price of 76K. Okay, a 0.1 contract. Current price is about 77,200. I paid a premium of 118, and this is my current delta. And Bitcoin basically needs to be at around 100K for me to exit this long call. Okay, so let me show you guys here. This is a long call that I have here. Ignore this expiry for now. This is just a example just to make it easy for you guys. I will be buying more long calls after this position expires. I'll be buying more long calls and just repeating it, but just for the sake of simplicity, let's just say this long call was a futures contract which doesn't have an expiry date. This is what I have here. 76K strike price. It's above my strike price. 0.1 contract. So I will be getting a profit of about $2,200 if Bitcoin gets to 100K. So if Bitcoin gets to 100K above my strike price, this is a profit that I'll be making basically. All right. So let's add $2,200. So let's see, plus $2,200. That's for Bitcoin. And for Ethereum, we do the same thing. This is my strike price of 2,300 that I bought here for Ethereum. One contract, I paid a debit of $57. I'm already in profit here. Let's see. Right. Current price of Ethereum is 2,400. I paid 57. This is the delta of it down here. And the exit price is going to be here, 3,400. Again, this is where I'm thinking that Ethereum needs to go for me to get to 10K. And this is basically how much I'm going to make. I'm going to make $1,000 on that contract. All right, so let's add $1,000. So that means the total profit that I'll be making is about $7,500 if this move happen, okay? So if Ethereum gets to 3,400 and if Bitcoin gets to 100K, this is basically how much I'm going to be making here. Now let's go to my current account. This is a current profit that I'm sitting on right now. I'm sitting on $3,900 of profit. Okay, so if we add that then, right, 3,900, come on, 3,500, that should take me to $11,000. There you go. And that's how I get to $11,000. And that's when I'm going to close all the positions, regardless of how far Bitcoin or Ethereum will go. The goal is to get it to $10,000. And this is what I will be getting. So let's see here. Now, $10,000 would basically be, I have a little calculator here. Let's see. That would be, sorry, $11,000 will basically be 176,000 Rand. And my goal will be complete. So guys, there you have it. And this is basically how I get to, $10,000. This is my exact plan with full transparency. I'm not too sure there's a lot of people that are as transparent as I am here. There are a few people, but doing this through crypto options trading with a systematic approach, a systematic way, I don't see many people. So if you guys like the content, feel free to drop a like, drop a comment, share the video. If you guys want to trade with me, I have the link to Deribit in the description. You guys can find it. Click on the link, join the link, sign up, and trade with me. And yeah, guys, this is basically it, guys. So we still have a long way to go. I'm being patient. I have some good profits here, but I'm not willing to take anything off the table because I still believe we can definitely go higher. So this is where we're sitting. The account is currently at, let's say, $4,000. Currently 63,000 Rand. So yeah, guys, if you guys like the content, drop a like, and otherwise I will see you guys on the next one.